Welcome back to AFT Dice Season 7. We're at round 8. We've got match of the round, Sydney versus Essendon at the SCG. Let's go to the first game. It is GWS Giants versus Hawthorn at Giant Stadium. Let's go to the first quarter. First quarter's nearly done. First quarter's done. GWS have kicked 4 goals, 1, 25 to Hawthorn, 3 goals, 3, 21. 4 points the difference. Let's go to the second quarter. Second quarter's done. We've got Hawthorn. They've kicked 5 goals, 5 to the Giants, 2 goals, 6. And at half time, Hawthorn are leading by 13 points, 56 to 43. Let's go to third quarter. Third quarter, GWS have kicked 3 goals, 5 to Hawthorn, 1 goal, 3. And at three-quarter time, we've got Giants up by 1 point, 66 to 65. Ooh. Let's go to the last quarter to see who wins. These are two bottom sides. We've got Hawthorn winning by 5 points. They kicked 4 goals, 3 to the Giants. 1 goal, 5 in that last quarter. Giants full-time score, 10 goals, 17, 77 to Hawthorn. 13 goals, 14, 92. All right, let's go to the next game. It is Port Adelaide versus Melbourne at Adelaide Oval. Let's go to the first quarter. First quarter is done. Melbourne have kicked 5 goals, 6-36 to Port Adelaide, 1, 6, 12. They're 24 points up. Let's go to the second quarter. Second quarter, Port Adelaide have kicked 2 goals, 6 to Melbourne, 1 goal, 1. And at halftime, Melbourne are leading by 13 points, 43 to 30. Let's go to the third quarter. Third quarter, Port Adelaide have kicked 6 goals, 4 to Melbourne, 5 goals, 2. And at three-quarter time, Melbourne are just leading by 5 points, 75 to 70. Let's go to the last quarter to see who wins. And in the end, Melbourne have won by 10 points. Melbourne have kicked 5 goals, 4 to Port Adelaide, 4 goals, 5. In the end, the final scores, Port Adelaide 13, 21, 99 to Melbourne 16 goals, 13, 109. All right, let's go to the next game. It is Sydney versus Essendon, which is match of the round for round 8. Let's go to the first quarter. First quarter, very even. Essendon are trailing by 3 points, 15 to 18. Let's go to the second quarter. Second quarter, very even. Sydney at halftime are leading by 1 point. Sydney are 7-8, 50. Essendon, 7 goals, 7, 49. Let's go to the third quarter. Third quarter, Sydney they've jumped out to 11-point lead, 79 to Essendon, 68. Let's go to the last quarter. In the last quarter, Sydney have won this game. They've kicked 4 goals, 1 to Essendon, 3 goals, 6 in that last quarter. Sydney final score 15-14, 104 to Essendon, 13 goals, 14, 92. And that puts Sydney on top of the ladder. Essendon, they've dropped down to third place. All right, next game, it is Western Bulldogs versus Fremantle. Let's go to the first quarter. Western Bulldogs, they've jumped out to a 24-point lead. It's 37 to Fremantle, 13. Let's go to the second quarter. Half-time, Western Bulldogs are now leading by 45 points. Western Bulldogs, they've kicked 4 goals, 6 to Fremantle, 1 goal, 3 in that second quarter. Let's go to the third quarter. Third quarter, Western Bulldogs still out on a 24-point lead. Fremantle, they kicked 6 goals, 6 to Western Bulldogs, 3 goals, 3. So they pretty much halve the margin. Let's go to the last quarter to see who wins this game. And in the end, Western Bulldogs, they've kicked away and won by 42 points. Western Bulldogs, they've kicked final score 18, 16, 124 to Fremantle, 11, 16, 82. All right. Let's go to the next game. It is West Coast Eagles versus the Brisbane Lions at Optus Stadium. Let's go to the first quarter. Okay. First quarter, Brisbane, they've got out to a 5-point lead, 12 to West Coast 7. Second quarter. And Brisbane Lions, they've gone out to a 33-point lead. They kicked 6 goals, 3 to West Coast, 1-5 in that second quarter. Brisbane are trying to keep in touch with the top 4. Let's go to the third quarter. Third quarter, Brisbane, they've kicked away. They've kicked 5 goals, 1 to West Coast, 1 goal, 5. And Brisbane have got a handy lead of 53 points. Let's go to the last quarter. In the last quarter, Brisbane, they've won it by 3 points. In that last quarter, they've kicked 4 goals, 2 to West Coast, 3 goals, 5. Final scores, West Coast, 6-16-52 to Brisbane, 16-12, 108. All right, let's go to the next game. It is Geelong versus Adelaide down at GMHBA Stadium. Geelong are trying to get into the 8. First quarter, Geelong, they've kicked 6 goals, 6, 42 to Adelaide Crows, 5 goals, 3, 33. Adelaide are down by 9 points. Let's go to second quarter. Second quarter, the Cats, they've kicked 5 goals, 4 to Adelaide, 1 goal, 2. Geelong have got a handy lead, 76 to 41. Third quarter. Third quarter, Geelong have kicked 4 goals, 2 to 3 goals, 3. Geelong are out to a handy lead of 40 points. Let's go to the last quarter. And in the end, Geelong have won by 64 points. The final scores, Geelong 21 goals, 13, 139 to Adelaide Crows, 11-9, 75. All right, that puts Geelong in the 8 at the moment. Let's go to the next game. It is St Kilda versus Collingwood at Marble Stadium. First quarter, Collingwood have kicked 6 goals, 3, 39 to St Kilda, 139. Collingwood are up by 30 points. Half-time, Collingwood are leading by 23 points. St Kilda 34 to Collingwood 57. Let's go to the third quarter. Third quarter, St Kilda have kicked back. They've kicked 4 goals, 2 to Collingwood, 2 goals, 4. And it's only 13 points the difference at three-quarter time. Let's go to the last quarter. And the last quarter, Collingwood have beaten St Kilda by 22 points. Final score, St Kilda 12-12, 84 to Collingwood 15-16, 106. All right, let's go to the next game. It is Richmond versus Gold Coast Suns at the MCG. Richmond, they've kicked 6 goals, 3, 39 to Gold Coast, 1 goal, 6, 12. 27 points the difference to Richmond at the quarter break. Second quarter, Richmond have extended their lead to 38 points. Richmond kicked 5 goals, 3 to Gold Coast, 3 goals, 4 in that second quarter. Let's go to third. Third quarter, Richmond, they've kicked 6 goals, 2 to Gold Coast, 5 goals, 4. Richmond have got a handy lead of 32 points. Okay. Or 42 points, it is. Let's go to the last quarter. And the last quarter, Richmond have kicked 6 goals, 4 to Gold Coast, 3 goals, 6. And in the end, Richmond have won by 58 points. Richmond, they've kicked 23 goals, 12, 150 to Gold Coast, 12 goals, 20, 92. All right. Okay, so let's go to the next game. It's last game of the round. It's North Melbourne versus Carlton. Very even in that first quarter, North Melbourne 31 to Carlton 26. North Melbourne 5 points the difference. Second quarter, Carlton, they've kicked 5 goals, 5 to North Melbourne, 3 goals, 5. So North Melbourne are down by 7 points. Let's go to third quarter. Third quarter. Carlton have kicked 6 goals, 6 to North Melbourne, 2 goals, 3. And North Melbourne are down by 34 points. All right, let's go to the last quarter. And the last quarter, Carlton have won by 22 points. Carlton kicked 3 goals, 2 to North Melbourne, 5 goals, 2. But in the end, Carlton have won the game. North Melbourne final scores 15-11, 101 to Carlton 18-15, 123. All right, that concludes round 8 for AFT Dice Season 7. And we've got a new leader in Sydney Swans. They've got a 4 winning streak with Geelong Cats with a 4 winning streak. We've got Melbourne second, Brisbane third, all on 24 points. And then Essendon rounding out the top 4. Then we've got the remaining 4 teams, Port Adelaide, Geelong, Carlton and St Kilda in the 8. And then we've got Fremantle and GWS Giants down the bottom of the ladder, only have won 1 game. All right, round 9's match of the round. We've got Melbourne versus Sydney at the MCG. We've got Essendon as the number 1 offense team in the competition. We've got North Melbourne as the number 1 defense team. And as I said, Geelong and Sydney with the biggest winning streak of 4 games. Well, that concludes round 8. We'll see you next time in round 9 on Saturday, the 16th of November.